What is going on, guys? It is WrestleLamia here, back with another video, and there's all sorts of excitement going on in the WWE, which only makes sense as the WWE's Extreme Rules pay-per-view is just days away. Who will emerge victorious and who will go home defeated? Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as we look at our predictions for Extreme Rules. Number 1. The Revival vs the Usos for the Raw Tag Team Championship. The WWE has a number of talented teams on Raw, so this match begs the question, why are we seeing the Revival versus the Usos again? One possible answer is to take the belt off the Revival in order for another heel team to challenge the Usos for the tag team belts. Chances are that team will be the Viking Raiders. Look for the Usos to get the win and find Erick and Ivar challenging them for their newly won championship gold. Number 2. Braun Strowman vs Bobby Lashley in a last man standing match. WrestleLamia isn't going to bother asking what happened to Braun Strowman's career, other than to say at least he's wrestling another powerhouse instead of two Saturday Night Live stars or Sami Zayn. The WWE teased the carnage fans can expect this Sunday thanks to the last man standing match on Raw that led to both Strowman and Lashley leaving the arena in ambulances. Both superstars are comfortable working against each other, and a brawl is the best match for them to work in. Expect some utter carnage as the monster among men and Lashley battle in and out of the ring, but we see Braun Strowman coming out the victor. Number 3. Ricochet vs AJ Styles for the United States Championship. Now, the word going around is that Dave Meltzer has already given this match a 5-star rating, and on paper this could be not only the match of the night, but a strong match of the year candidate. Both superstars have shown they can defeat the other under the right circumstances, but with the phenomenal one having reformed the club, Ricochet will have to keep his eyes open for interference from Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. WrestleLamia hopes the WWE isn't stingy when it comes to giving these two the necessary time to tell a story in the ring and engage the fans. While the WWE and AEW seem to be going for two different audiences, the WWE has two wrestlers who can deliver in the ring, and they should make sure they utilize their talents to entertain, adding another reason to tune into the WWE. It makes sense for AJ to win the title with some help from the Good Brothers, leading to Ricochet chasing him for the title at SummerSlam, and that's where we're going with this one. So we'll probably see a new United States champion being crowned this Sunday. Number 4. Alistair Black vs Cesaro. Fans of the Swiss Superman have been wondering why Cesaro has been getting dominant wins the last few weeks on Raw. Turns out Cesaro is being pushed in order to set up his match against Alistair Black this Sunday. With Black calling out the entire locker room to fight, Cesaro decided to rise to the occasion, answering Black's challenge on the 9th July 2019 edition of SmackDown Live. It's doubtful many fans expect Cesaro to get the win over Black, who rumour has it is scheduled for a big push, and anyone familiar with the business can see right through the push. Recall the WWE gave the Big Show a minor push right before his 2015 Madison Square Garden match with Brock Lesnar, which showed doing the job to no one's surprise. These two can put on an excellent match, and we hope the WWE lets them go the distance with this one. But it's clear that they're positioning Black to be a big star, so expect him to have the win. Number 5. A triple threat match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship between Erick Rowan and Daniel Bryan, Heavy Machinery and The New Day. The WWE's tag team division has a diverse mix of veteran teams such as The New Day and up-and-coming teams like Heavy Machinery. But then there's the team of Erick Rowan and Daniel Bryan, two veterans who are a strong team because their two different styles gel rather than clash. Xavier Woods and Biggie want to join the championship club along with New Day teammate Kofi Kingston, and while they could win it, look for Rowan and Bryan to steal another win, something which tends to be easier to pull off in a triple threat match. This is the first retain of the night, but what about number 6? A Cruiserweight Championship match between Drew Gulak and Tony Nese. The triple threat match between Drew Gulak, Tony Nese and Akira Tozawa at Stomping Grounds was incredible, and this one-on-one match for Gulak's Cruiserweight Championship will be one of Extreme Rules' best match in terms of work rate and excitement. Sadly, it probably won't air on the regular show, and instead air on the pre-show. This is a match to go out of your way to see, especially if you enjoy Cruiserweight action, but look for Gulak to retain. Number 7. Bayley vs Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross in a handicap match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. With Alexa Bliss still recovering from an unknown illness, the WWE was wise to make this a handicap match. However, the 2-on-1 bout serves a purpose other than allowing Little Miss Bliss to appear without doing too much heavy lifting, as it also furthers the angle between Cross and Bliss, as Bliss continues to dupe Cross into doing her bidding. At some point, Bliss will betray Cross and or reveal her true colours, leading to a feud between the two. The WWE has the opportunity to elevate Cross with a program against Bliss, but for now, the real question is whether Bayley will hold on to the women's title and get more time to rehabilitate her singles career, or she'll drop it, relying on whatever program the WWE has planned for her next. If Bliss and Cross win the belt, the WWE has the obvious angle of who becomes champion, which again lays the foundation for a Cross vs Bliss program in the future. If Bayley retains, she could be positioned in a friend vs friend match against Sasha Banks as early as SummerSlam, leading to one of them turning heel. The WWE finds itself in a great position as it has many potentially compelling storylines to lead into from this match. This is one of the toughest matches to pick, but WrestleLamia predicts that Sasha Banks is going to be returning to be in the corner of Bayley, evening the odds and having Bayley retain her championship. Later down the line, Banks will definitely want what Bayley has, and that is a SmackDown title. This could then lead to the feud to SummerSlam. In the meantime, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross will feud, as Cross eventually finds out what kind of friend Alexa Bliss is. Number 8. Kofi Kingston vs Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship. While the Samoan Submission Machines fans were disappointed to see him drop the United States Championship after a short reign, Samoa Joe bounced back quickly, entering the WWE Championship picture and getting a push as a viable contender. This could be an excellent match and steal the show, but it all depends on what the Dreadlock Dynamo's physical condition is. Kofi has been nursing a back injury for several days, which is why he wasn't seen on Raw or SmackDown this week. However, by all accounts, Kingston is expected to defend his WWE Championship against Joe, although he may not be 100%. Look for Joe to come close, but for Kofi to triumph over his latest challenger, retaining the championship. Number 9. Roman Reigns and The Undertaker team up and go against Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre in a no-holds-barred match. It looks like Shane McMahon's misdeeds are finally catching up with him after months of sowing discord on both Raw and SmackDown and proclaiming himself as the best in the world. With The Undertaker joining the fight to send Shane and Drew to their final resting place, there should be a wild brawl considering the match's no-holds-barred stipulation. While Shane looks to be ready to get his comeuppance, don't be surprised if he carries on his old man's tradition and throws some wild cards into the mix, eluding justice. With SummerSlam coming up soon, it seems likely Shane will give the fans another reason to want to see him get what's coming to him later rather than soon. Look for the big dog and Taker to win the match, only for the war to continue into SummerSlam thanks to some sort of post-match beatdown by Shane, Drew and whomever Shane adds to his growing faction of heels. Let's also hope the Undertaker gets a good match this time. And number 10, the main event, as Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch team up to go up against Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans, last chance winner takes all match for the Universal Championship and Raw Women's Championship. You don't see many instances where a tag match involves two singles titles, but unfortunately this is the only type of match where Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans have the slightest chance of winning in the fans' eyes, and even then it's a stretch. Why the WWE has let this program drag on this long is anyone's guess, but it's here and it's probably going to be another disappointing main event, just as Seth Rollins vs Baron Corbin was at Stomping Grounds. The WWE is pushing Seth and Becky as the WWE's power couple, so it's unlikely you'll see them dropping the belts, especially to Corbin and Lynch. Expect to see Rollins in the main event for some time as the Beast Slayer seems to be moving a lot of WWE swag. According to Brad Shepard, Seth Rollins, he's doing extremely well right now in merch sales, and merch sales is something Vince has always used, as a barometer of whether to push someone or not. I mean, that's not the only thing, but it's a definite big factor. Hopefully this will put the final nail in the coffin for Baron Corbin battling for the WWE Championship. While his main event push continues to baffle many fans, including ourselves, Corbin appears to have some appeal for the same demographic Jeff Hardy once appealed to, young female fans. During an episode of his podcast, Oh You Didn't Know, Brad Shepard informed his listeners that a recent study indicated Baron Corbin is big with a 14 to 22 female demographic. His fans mimic the ones Jeff Hardy had back in the day, according to a recent study. I actually asked a source about that, so that's not why he's being pushed, but that's certainly a reason. It's not that he's a heartthrob, he just does well with that particular demographic. The WWE is constantly looking at demographics, and the young demographic is one it's very interested in. What that means for Corbin down the road could be anything from a face turn to a romance angle. Short of a 21st century take on the fat chick thriller gimmick, this appeal could help Corbin get over sometime in the future. But there you have it guys, our predictions for Extreme Rules. But who do you think will be entering the winner's circle this Sunday, and who will hang their head in shame? Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.